We are live. We are live for cocktail hour.
3, 2, 1. Da.
Bam, bam,
Live.
bam. Welcome to cocktail hour.
Broncos presser of the year.
I know.
Sad day.
How did it feel being out there?
It was good. I mean, Sean Payton was really bummed.
He was bummed, man.
He either said he's sick or, man, is he sad that the season is over. And he touched on how there's a routine, and especially as you get into the playoffs, you like amplify that routine and you get all excited about it week per week. And he's like, and now it's over. And he talked a lot about
Rachel, there's an A schedule.
Yeah.
And a B schedule.
Yep. They have now entered schedule number A or schedule.
Are they? I was confused by that too. Wait, hold on. I took notes. Look at this.
Wow.
I know. Look
at you.
Took notes. Yeah, re-entry, A schedule, B schedule.
Yep.
We're in A, but then we're going to be in B, or we just started B.
So A schedule is from the last day of the season. So when they get eliminated to training camp. So that's all A. And players know their schedules. Like they know when they're supposed to return back for OTAs and mini camps and all of that kind of jazz. And then B is from training camp or when they get their schedule up until the final day of the season. So
we're in B?
We're in A.
But we're at the end of A.
No, we're at the beginning of A.
We're the beginning of A.
We're at the beginning of A.
And technically, because this is Sean Payton's third year, I guess it starts his third year today. We're in 3A.
Or did it start on Monday?
Well, when the fuck did A schedule start, Rachel?
I'm pretty sure it started on Monday.
Are we in A or are we in B? Well, no, you have to do. So wait, the press conference is part of the. No, that doesn't make any sense. This press conference was about this. This has to be today. But they could have been leaking. There's like overage. I'm seeing there's some overage between A and B schedule. A
was like, all right, final meetings, everybody, see you later. Okay, so maybe yesterday.
Well, but you had to do this stupid press conference today. You had to do this one.
It was like mostly all about the future, it felt like.
Fuck that. There was tons of shit about the past in there today.
Slightly touched on it, and it was just like about Bo and how he can grow and all of that jazz.
They love Bo, don't they? Ain't no problems with Bo.
They love Bo has been in the facility both today and yesterday when he didn't have to be. Bo's addicted to football. Not a bad thing.
What else is he doing? Izzy Smoke, she's got a job. Actually, I know what her job is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say it, but Izzy's got things to do.
Good, as she should.
As she should. She's a vibrant, talented, intelligent woman that has a bright future on her own. She doesn't need
school for.
If she's not like an appendage. That's not right. She's not a what am I looking for?
She's not trying to be a wag.
Yeah, she's not a trinket. She's Izzy Smoke, y'all.
I still think I had no clue her maiden name was Smoke. So I was just like,
it's the greatest.
I was so surprised.
It's the greatest that her that's not even a nickname, but
yeah.
Who'd you marry? Smoke Show.
I thought it was best. I say this every single week, but I follow a lot of the wives, fiancés, all of them. You would be shocked at how many of them have already chipped out of town.
Oh.
Gone back to wherever they're going, chilling, doing whatever. I was like,
well, I'll be a little serious here. She really does have a job. She does. She's got a, and I won't say what the whole thing, but she has something that she really there's a reason why they're not in Puerto Vallarta or Cabo or France or whatever, she's got a job.
She does.
What the fuck else is Bo going to do? Go work out.
Yeah. And he's meeting with Sean Payton for 30 minutes and hanging out and chilling with the guys. So
yeah, I wouldn't give him that much. This has happened in my radio life. I get a lot of credit just because I don't have anything else going on in my life and that I show up places. And it's I'll take the credit, but I really didn't have anything better to do.
DMac's whole career is because he's bored at home.
Well, kind of.
What else should I do?
Yeah, I'm well, what else am I doing? Am I doing something else? And listen, let me tell you, it wasn't always like that. It was because when I had when my kids were younger and I was coaching, and I mean, I didn't have time for anything because I was running around like a crazy man. But like, it's so funny being like, for whatever it's worth, me being 55 is no different than me being 25. It's like the exact same thing. No, it's exactly the same. I live in a townhouse that's near a downtown, like restaurant-y sort of area that's unbelievably close to work, that I don't have to do any kid responsibilities, and all I have is like a fucking cat. Like I literally am living this life I'm living right now.
You only have one cat? Did one cat die?
No, God, no. We have Rachel.
Yeah.
Now that does come across as like unbelievably creepy that one of my cats' name is Rachel, but
yes.
Rachel knows. Tell the story.
Oh my God.
What's my other cat's name?
It's the other person from Friends. I've never seen Friends throughout. Hold on.
I'm sorry. Wait, time out. What?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Wait a second. Your name is Rachel, and you've never seen Friends?
Yeah, and I'm named after Jennifer Aniston, and Friends. Anyways, moving on.
Wait, no, not moving on. What? What's the reason?
I'm not like, I don't know. I don't sit down and like binge things, and there's so many episodes of Friends.
Oh, that I am blown away. Yeah, not even out of just a little curiosity.
Yep. Oh, but your other cat's name is Ross.
Ross, yeah, of course. Ross and Rachel.
They're both still chilling.
But Ross, we've talked about it. Ross is a trans cat. Because Ross had some issues. And we had you ready for this, everybody? A $7,000 operation to he is there's nothing down there, Rach. It's $7,000. $7,000 for Ross to pee like Rachel. And that's exactly what exactly the situation.
But both cats are in the townhouse.
Yeah.
Are they still attacking you?
No, things have chilled since the bits and pieces are gone. Things have chilled out dramatically in terms of that. Or was it just a snippy snip?
Wait, too much already.
It was a snippy snip and then a cut and then like pee
God.
like Rachel. Yeah, Ross pees like Rachel.
I didn't even know that. Well, both cats are still there.
Yeah, they're both there.
Yeah,
it would have not to get too serious, but if we did not do it, Ross's days on this earth would have been significantly numbered. So it was definitely Rachel. It was not cosmetic. You know what I'm saying? Like Ross didn't come to us one day and goes, meow. No.
Wasn't on the bingo card, that's for sure. I could have told that too.
By the way, there is a good twist to this story with Ross being a trans cat. He's now an Olympic swimmer.
Amazing. Him and I can go swimming then.
It's a good boxer too. It's a trans joke. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Should we get to some of the stuff from today?
Payton looks like he has gotten an hour of sleep since Sunday. That was probably one of the biggest takeaways. Holy smoke. It was that. It was that the nutrition and training staff has done an excellent job because nobody is injured. Everybody giving props to them.
Bo
Nix is fantastic. And what was the other biggest thing about today? Probably those three. And that the Lone Tree location was labeled as a rumor.
How about Greg Penner actually saying Lone Tree?
Yeah. And rumor in the same sentence.
Yeah. And but not dismissing it and then mentioning Lone Tree by name. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So here's listen. Lone Tree is so much better than downtown for the reasons of convenience to the facility that they work at right now. Also to 470 and I-25, 3 light rail stops, way closer to Colorado Springs, which is the second biggest city in Colorado. That's a huge Broncos fan base, and just more viable space in which to do not just the stadium, Rachel, but everything. So But here's the it's not a problem because the billionaires, as is their right to do, are just going to put it in the spot that makes the most economic sense, as they should do. And I've thought about this deeper. There's no way it makes more economic sense to put it between 6th and 8th, which nobody goes to. And it's not easy to get to. When they built Coors Field and Lodo, Union Station, Rachel, was right there. There were still big office buildings that were right there. There were residential things relatively close by. I get it. It was an old burned out railroad, blah, 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 blah stuff. I know the whole story about the way Denver used to be, but literally it was still downtown. I mean, it was still like, you're in Denver. Where are the barnyard yards between 8th and 6th? I mean, how far south are we going to go when we're going to still be in Denver, Rach?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so curious because let's just say they would put it near the bluffs or by the bluffs. Traffic in and out of there would be just such a nightmare.
Oh God, come on now. They'll build other roads, other access roads. They'll expand.
Okay, I guess when do you think if they were going to build a completely new stadium, give me a timeline of when you think the first game would be played there. What year?
Well, SoFi Stadium took 5 years to build.
Okay.
So.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, how about that? 5 years to build SoFi.
They better get snappy with this if we want it by 2030.
Right. The lease runs out, I think, in 7 years, 8 years. They're not going to renew a lease. So if they're going to have it, so I think, and it's 7 or 8 years. It's something like that.
Can they not just buy the land?
Did they buy the land in Lone Tree or with where Empower is?
Stadium is?
They did something. They bought land at Dove Valley for sure.
Could they buy the land where Empower is?
I don't think. Listen, they're not staying there. Okay, let's get it through our thick skulls here.
Well, I'm Sean Payton, George
Greg
Payton.
Penner.
Which one is it? Said that like nothing has been decided.
He mentioned Lone Tree by name.
So.
I'm rolling my eyes as hard as I can here with common sense. If it takes 5 years to build SoFi, and that's done by his brother-in-law, Kroenke family, hey, listen, they're not, you think they're going to be cheap on this? No way.
Do you think they ever have family dinners?
I am told they like each other, respect each other, everything's cool, but they are like, brother-in-laws. You know what I mean? They're not, they're married to sisters, that sort of thing of the Waltons. They're not related directly. They're married to sisters. Like, I got a brother-in-law, Brad. I don't fucking hang out with him. Brad. He's actually shoplifting the booty right now. He's just living with my sister-in-law. So they're not even married. But I had another when she got divorced. I had another brother-in-law, Dan. He was a total fucking loser. So I wasn't hanging out with him. I think they're very, very, very friendly. But your business is your business. My business is my business.
Okay.
And it's not a bad relationship at all. But I really just don't think one thing has to do with another.
Christmas morning together.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe they do. Shit, I don't know. I don't know what they maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what they do.
What name is worse, Brad or Chad?
Well, I have friends who are both named Brad and Chad. They're there's nothing wrong with those names. Anyways, let me just tell you. I think what's going on here with the stadium stuff, and we can move on to other stuff, is I think they know that there's going to be pushback against moving out of downtown. Not for me, but inherently you're going to have just, oh man, it's got to be downtown, and that's a stadium. It's the heart of the city.
But it's the same conversation with the uniforms. And look at how good the new uniforms are. Except for one, because Greg Penner doesn't like one, so we will not be seeing that uniform next year. Orange socks, blue pants, orange top. Not it for Greg Penner.
That's what he said. I got that right here. That's funny. Here we go.
I think we wore 13 different combinations this year. And, including the throwbacks. Everybody, I think unanimously, everybody loved the throwbacks. I like the Navy with the snow cap helmets. I think those are great as well. The Corps uniform, I thought looked great. There was one combination that I wasn't crazy about, which was the blue socks, orange pants, blue shirt. But maybe we won't do that one again. But I think they showed really well.
Just kidding. Blue socks, orange pants, blue top.
I was told, Rachel, they never wore that combination this year, that he misremembered it. They wore blue socks, blue pants, orange shirt, but they never wore.
No way.
I swear to God, I was told by 2 different people that checked it out. They never wore that combination.
I'm on it. Hold on. Denver Broncos.
They definitely wore blue socks, blue pants, orange shirt. They definitely wore that.
Yeah.
But they did not. I was told. I did not do this research myself. I was told they did not wear blue socks, orange pants, blue shirt.
Wait, that is actually so. The throwbacks, though, I wish they could make those just the normal jerseys. They're so sick.
I wish they would too. That'd be an easy decision by me. Just that's it. That's what we're gonna rock. I like the snow cap helmets. I thought those were kind of cool.
Me too.
I like the all whites. I was fine with the blue shirt, white pants, snow cap helmet, that sort of deal. The orange pants with stuff, just I don't know, man.
I'm with you.
It's tough. It's a tough look.
You're right. I don't think they did.
Right? How funny is that?
He apparently just saw it one time and said, "Oh, didn't like that one."
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe he didn't like the blue socks, blue pants, orange shirt. I didn't like it. I didn't think that's a good look. Blue socks, it's too weird. Like it's too like dark. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. 2 different dark colors.
It's so funny. Poor guy.
He's tell you
great,
this.
Honestly.
Are you a Greg Penner fan? You like Greg?
I'm a massive Greg Penner fan. Like the fact that he sits down, answers everybody's questions, is front and center. I just remember the big talk when they bought the Broncos was like, oh, they're never going to be around. Nobody's ever going to be here. Like they're never going to care. They care deeply about this team. I appreciate that he shouted out Broncos country in his opening statement, being like, we are trying to get it back to what you guys deserve, essentially. I'm a big Greg Penner fan. I think he's done a really nice job. I see the players have so much respect for him. It feels like everybody around the league kind of does. So I'm here for it.
All right. The title of this podcast, Cocktail Hour. And by the way, I'm going to the Nuggets game again. So I'm just drinking some sparkling, got my La Croix here.
Oh,
yeah. I got to keep it. I got to stay on the straight and narrow when I'm going to a game. So
yes, you do. I am actually taking care of my dog who had surgery today. So no alcohol for me in the system, but I hope somebody in the comments is also drinking.
What surgery is your dog having?
She had some lumps removed from her body. So
all right.
She's doing good. She's doing better than we expected. She was like ready for a walk, but yeah, it was definitely a hard day today. That's for sure. So.
I am so sorry. Very emotional. By the way, if Adam Schefter had a dog, Benny, 15 years old, who passed away. Did you read Adam Schefter's lengthy tweets about his dog, Benny?
No. Did it just pass?
Yeah, like last week.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like Benny was so sick. They had to it's one of those situations where you have to carry your dog kind of everywhere.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah. And he has 5 dogs. Well, he's 4 now, but they had 5 dogs.
Oh my gosh. Is he married?
Oh yeah. Oh, you don't know Adam's story?
No. I know he worked here in Denver.
Adam wrote a whole book about his love life and
no way.
All right, I'll give you it's a whole book. Yeah, I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. Okay. Adam was here in Denver. That's where we became friends. By the way, if you can see, actually, I just tilt the camera. That is me and Adam. If you see that right up there, that's me and Adam at the Boston Marathon. We trained and ran Boston.
No freaking way.
Yep. You can't. All right, hold on. Can you really see it? Hold on. I don't know. You can't really see, but you understand. You get the point.
Post it on social after. I'm curious.
What's what?
I said post it on social media after.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm an idiot. Wait, give me a second.
You're an idiot.
Idiot.
Anyways, thank you for the love in the comments about my dog. She's doing good. I appreciate it, though.
All right, hold on. Sorry about that.
Let's see it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. We look so young. It's kind of crazy. Right there. That's me and Adam.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we were raising money for Children's Hospital.
That doesn't even look like him.
That's him. It's me and him.
Wow.
In marathon shape.
You know what? That I did not realize how close you guys were, like how good of friends, but it makes so much sense. So many things now make sense about that.
Yeah. Yeah. We trained for it. I won't bore you with the whole story. It's a great story. Well, ask me the marathon Adam Schefter story another time. There's a whole thing to it. But the Reader's Digest thing is Adam just was unlucky in love here in Denver. He's a little depressed about it. He's working for NFL Network. 9/11 happens. And after 9/11 happened, Adam was introduced to a woman whose husband died in 9/11. Long story short, Adam and this woman fell in love, and he moved into the home where her husband lived with her. Her husband's name, I believe, was Joe, and they had like a 8-9-year-old son together. And so Adam kind of moved into this man's life. Like she loved her husband. You know, she's a widower. She didn't ever stop loving her husband.
Was he in one of the towers? Was he on the airplane? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's in one of the towers. Yeah. And so Adam's whole story is how, to find love, he actually, became part of this family that was already established in what it's like to, she loves him, obviously, but she never stopped loving her husband. And Adam has to sort of, be okay with that. And he raised his, the boy as his own son, but the boy was old enough to remember his father. He wasn't that small. He certainly does remember it. Now, Adam and his wife had a daughter, Dylan, spelled the same way as my Dylan, and she's the superstar on Nickelodeon doing all that. So that's the daughter Adam and his wife have together. But Adam also took the spot, kind of moved in this guy's life. It's a wild, fascinating, deep story.
He wrote a book.
Wrote a whole book about it. I'm not telling any tale out of school. He wrote a whole book about it.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that is so crazy. Yeah, what a crazy love story.
Yep.
But I also have didn't Schefter end up in the hospital after the race?
Well, that's a big part of this. All right, really quick. When we train for the race, we train now. Like we were doing, Adam and I in January, we're doing like 18-mile runs together.
Was Adam like he is now? Like where he's connected to his phone 24/7?
Yeah, except he was working for the Denver Post, but it was still the same maniacal sort of thing. He was like the beat writer for the Broncos for the Denver Post at the time, and we were doing a radio show together. Well, he was one of our guests at KBPI back in the day. Okay. So we're doing we did. It was like really, really cold weather in January, February. The Boston Marathon's in April, and I was hooked up with a company, Runner's Roost, and I got Adam. We're broke. He's broke. I'm broke. We're all broke. And I hooked him up with free clothing. And so Adam lived near City Park. Okay. Adam would run like this 6.5-mile loop, but he wouldn't go off the loop. So if he had to do a training run of 18 miles, he would just run the loop 3 times.
Oh, heck no.
He wore this black clothing for the race. Like that's just what he trained in. And it was great in the wintertime. It was unbelievable clothing. Yeah. In fact, you can kind of, let me see if you can even tell in this picture. I think you kind of can.
This is crazy.
You can tell. Look I'm wearing, we both have pants on, but he's got a knit cap. You can tell he's just got a darker thing on. I'm wearing just a little light shirt right there. That's like a sleeveless light shirt. Why?
Scoot your phone. Okay.
Yeah, I've got that pants, so you can't really tell that. But you can just sort of tell around the neck. Look at what I'm wearing on my head and neck and what he's wearing. So he's Rachel, it was like fucking 80 degrees that day. It was unbelievably warm for the Boston Marathon.
Dehydration?
He got white. He didn't change his clothes because he was so used to doing the same thing over and over and over again.
This is wild.
So he had to go to a medical tent from dehydration around mile 16 or 17.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought in our training runs, he was doing better than me, but I was in like really good shape. I was probably, I don't know, I was like 33, 34. What year was that? I don't know, whatever year that is. Oh gosh, I don't know. Anyways, I was in best shape of my life. No doubt about it. Great shape. And I ran the marathon, you can see, in 4:02:49. I almost broke 4 hours in the Boston Marathon. I just assumed Adam beat me. Like, oh, he beat me. You know, he's in better shape, whatever. I had no idea that he had passed out and was in a medical tent. And the only reason he got up and sort of stumbled to the finish, and he had a lot further to go, was because of this promise he had made to Pat Bolin to finish the race, raise money for Children's Hospital. It was a whole thing about Pat Bolin and Children's Hospital, the whole thing. So he goes to the finish, and I never hooked up with them. I called, but this is like before the internet and cell phones were so prevalent. The whole thing it was hard to get a hold of people. It's like 20 plus years ago. So I get back, and I'm like, Adam, I never saw you. I find out later from Adam, he had such a big case of dehydration that he passed out on the plane on the way back to Denver, had to be taken in an ambulance to Rose Hospital, where he was in the hospital for like 3 days. Like his organs were shutting down. Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. We have a new goal for Cocktail Hour during the off season.
What's that?
You need to get Adam to join us on Cocktail Hour.
I will try to tell that story. I mean, he's told it before. I can ask.
Between the love story and this, I'm like, and I think he probably has some funny ass stories about you that I'm signing myself up to hear.
I don't know. I mean,
we don't know.
We were really, really close while he was here. Yeah. And then when he moved on to NFL, we're still close. We're still buddies and everything. But we're not like, we don't hang. I mean, he lives in Long Island, and the guy's house and the whole thing. So if you didn't know, well, he didn't write about the Boston Marathon thing. And that's the one and only marathon that he's run. I've look at these things right here. Multiple.
Yeah,
multiple.
That's crazy. Okay, you need to get him on. I'm so curious. That's just nuts. Plus, now
what's more interesting to you, the love story or the Boston Marathon story?
I'm sure there's probably a lot of details from the love story that you're missing that would just be like mind blowing.
There are. He wrote a book about it.
No, that's crazy. Plus, I would just love to ask him. I mean, I know he's been through the headlines recently for like different stories he's told or like breaking stories. So I'm curious.
I did set him up on a date with a friend of mine in Denver, Therese Campanelli.
This Adam Schefter has to come on Cocktail Hour. I'm putting the timer and I'm putting it on you, my friend.
All right. I did set him up with Therese, and she really liked him. And like I was like, oh,
this is iconic.
And she and he did. I think Therese is great, and she really liked him. She wanted to go on a second date, and he just
interesting.
Wasn't interested.
Look at him go. Interesting.
That's the worst though, when you set up a friend on kind of a sort of a pseudo blind date sort of thing, and it doesn't click. Oh,
I'm sure.
You've never done that? You've never set up a friend on like a blind date?
No, I've had like a few of my friends date for a couple of months, but like, I don't know. That's it.
Have you ever had friends that got married and then get divorced and you had to make a choice?
No, we have not had any friends get divorced yet. We're still majority of my friends aren't exactly fans of the dating game here in Denver. So okay. I'll let you know. We'll check back in 5 years. That works?
How about this one? It's going to be just a pinch graphic. Okay. We had my wife was good friends with a guy. Okay. And she really was friends with him. I was friends with him too, but they were RAs together. Great guy. And my wife had a couple of guy friends. I've had a couple of I would consider a girl friend, that sort of thing. So this guy friend, John, is getting married to this woman. And I mean, we don't really know her, but Kim gets invited to the bachelorette party. All right, fine, whatever. They end up, the bride-to-be, oral favors to the stripper at the bachelorette party.
Oh, okay. See, no offense, I'm going to age us here real quick. Your generation for bachelorette and bachelor parties are freaking wild compared to what happens now. Like, two different worlds.
Hey, What do you think that was standard operating procedure at bachelorette parties, like oral favors to the stripper?
That is wild.
It was so. The
difference is now women don't even know if this is going to sound ridiculous. Women don't even want to see men on their bachelorette parties. It's a giant girl sleepover. That's what we want.
Well, we just okay. That sounds good to me. So
I feel my wife is like my son's bachelor parties.
My wife tells me like, and we'll get to Sean Payton here in a second. But my wife,
this episode is taking a while.
My wife tells me that this happens. I'm like, we got to tell John. I mean, like he's got to know this, right? So we do tell him. We told him. We did tell him. He was like, I don't care. I love her. We're getting married. And me and my wife were just like, we're not coming to this party, this wedding. We can't. This is ridiculous.
How long were they married before they divorced?
And she was cheating on him within 3 months of the marriage. And, it's one of those marriages that just drags out for a year painfully, so, but, if I got another one for you, it's not quite as bad as that, but I'm with my friend Matt, and he got engaged on a Jumbotron to his,
that is terrible.
Right. Because it was more about like the yes, than love.
Yeah.
So I don't
did you realize how expensive it is to do that?
The whole thing is stupid. Okay. At the time, it felt kind of fun and cool and whatever. And then I realized later as he was cheating on her.
Oh, geez.
It was crazy. So I was in between jobs, not in between jobs. I had taken a job in Washington, D.C., and it was taking like 3 weeks to move into an apartment, and Kim was moving down the whole thing. I just needed a place to stay. He lived in Baltimore, which is relatively close. So I lived with him for like 3 weeks, and we're hanging out, and he's just telling me, I cheat on Julie. I do this. I got to go. What? I'm sorry, what?
God.
And he was so casual about it. And it was weird. It was so weird.
You want to know the funniest part about this?
What?
Well, finish your story, and then I'll tell you the funniest.
Well, real quick. It's the night before their wedding, and we're in Cape Cod at this nice little hotel right on the beach. We got fucking shit-faced. Like, I can't believe how drunk we got. And he was right there the whole time. What do I care? I'm not even in the wedding. Like, I'm not one of the best men. Like, we were buddies, but I wasn't like, that close. There were like 3 other guys, and Kim wasn't on. We were just there because we're friends and the whole thing. And we used to summer vacation as a big group together in Cape Cod. So we were part of that crew, but we were like on the fringe. You know what I mean? The friend fringe. We're there, but we're on the fringe. Yeah. So what do Kim and I care? We're sitting in the back of the church. We don't care. Well, I couldn't see. I was seeing like 3 of the room when I woke up like at 9 a.m. or the wedding's at noon or whatever. And it is less than a quarter mile to the church from the motel. Like, we're clearly walking. It's right there. I had a hard time walking to the church a quarter mile, Rachel. And it is like 4 o'clock in the morning, and he is getting after it. And he's getting married in 5-6 hours or something. And we are wasted. And it's like, I thought about that so much deeper later. Like, if you really love this woman and this meant a lot to you, are you really getting shit-faced?
Yeah.
Like, the day before. I didn't. I don't know about. I didn't. I went to bed early. I got up in the morning. I had a buddy of mine. We went for a 7-mile run the morning of my wedding. I wanted to feel great for my wedding, and I did. I loved my wedding. I don't know how your wedding rated, but
no, we really did not drink at all. No, because then you can just feel terrible, and it's definitely not worth it. And we got married at altitude, so absolutely 0%. But what I was going to say is it's really funny because all of this started essentially because you were going to say Sean Payton essentially just does not like Russell Wilson.
Let's get to that.
That's essentially how this all started.
Rachel with the lasso. I gotcha. I'm gonna reel this bad boy in before we give way. Rachel, it only took us 34 minutes and 25 seconds to get to the one clip that we were going to get to in the first
After we've heard multiple cheating stories, a love story about 9/11.
All to get to this one clip. This one clip took us 35 minutes to get to this one clip.
And you know what? It's brutal. Hit it.
Here we go.
We're not looking backwards. We're looking ahead, and it starts with the division, and there's a lot of confidence in this team. If we could get past that game, the next game we had to play, we felt real good about. And so we're still not there yet, and yet we're a lot closer than we were at this time a year ago. That was misery, sorrow, drudgery. Give me some other adjectives there. Just, God, that was brutal. Let's say that. Thank you, guys. Yep, we'll see you.
Awful, brutal Russell Wilson. Last game of last year. Drudgery.
Also, did you see the tweet today that Arthur Smith and Russell Wilson did not get along during the season?
I saw that, yeah.
Oh, my God. There's just so much drama. And yet he has his working out video. New year. New season starts now.
He can't change. By the way, no big fucking deal that you worked out, dude. Like, you worked out. Congratulations. So did fucking 10 million people at 24-hour fitness yesterday or whatever, I mean, big fucking deal. I mean, the weirdness of Russell Wilson is so off the charts, bizarro world.
Yeah.
And Sean Payton's a grinder. He wants a processor. He wants a Bobot, a Robobo. Yeah. He wants just somebody. He wants the guy who wants to come watch film. But Bo Nix didn't put that on Insta. I mean, Izzy Spoke might have, but Bo Nix didn't. Bo Nix didn't sign off on, hey, everybody, look at me with a medicine ball the day after the season's over. Yeah. I don't think it's a big deal that guys who are pro athletes work out. I don't give a shit what time of the year it is. So it's the day after the season's over. All right, you worked out. Way to go. Fucking A. Wait, congratulations.
Considering you're making so much money. You just have to give it to Pete Carroll. He masked that so hard in Seattle that nobody had any idea, and now everybody sees it. Do you think he goes into the Hall of Fame, or do you think it's over? I think it's over.
If he won that second Super Bowl, he definitely waltzes into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's a first ballot thing. I think there's a possibility, but I think it's going to take some time. I don't think it's going to be easy. And I don't think it's unanimous. I think it's tricky, and he's going to probably have to wait a certain amount of time, if at all.
Yeah.
And I don't really care. Like, and I don't think he fits on any team to do anything. I wouldn't want Russ as the backup. He's just done. And the fact that Mike Tomlin believed in him so much, I never understood.
Well, and there's been so much talk about the culture now with the Denver Broncos, and drama kings, drama queens have been brought up a lot, or something like that, some word. And everyone talks about how this team doesn't have any, right? Well, that's a perfect example of where it felt like there was one. Like, I'm still mind blown and offended that 3 years ago, I can't believe it's been 3 years, I was like, why the hell does he get an office? And everyone was like, well, he's the quarterback. And I was like, no, he should not get it. And so many people were on board with it. They were like blinded by the fame that was standing in front of him. And I said, are we kidding right now? Like, how would other players see that? And now I'm just like, look at how it's worked out for him.
Not good. They didn't like it. And Jake keeps having the reason he had to have an offense is because he had a staff. He had people. So,
do you think that was another one of Sean's things, talking about how, like, we're so happy that, players like to come back here. They work out here. They want to be in the facilities here. Do you think that was another shot at Russ about, like, we're not bringing in opposite guys to sit and train us?
Yes. Yes, I do. He just told you how miserable last year was at this time. He wasn't. He was asking the Muggles for adjectives. Anybody? Andrew Mason, you got Hey, nerd, you got any adjectives over there? Hey, wordsmith, open up your little pad.
Brutal. It's like brutal. Oh, okay, there's another part of that clip we need to dive into really quick. Okay. Let me pull it up. I'll stop it, but we need to dive into this a little. Just kidding. Was that it?
No, the first one's blow it.
We're not looking backwards. We're looking ahead. And it starts with the division, and there's a lot of confidence in this team. If we could get past that game, the next game we had to play, we felt real good about.
They feel real good if they would have beat Buffalo, but they could have beat the Chiefs.
That is a good pickup. Good by you. Yeah. How about that?
So true, though. I feel like everybody felt that way. Buffalo was definitely – that's why this weekend's the Super Bowl between Buffalo and Baltimore, in my opinion.
I totally agree with you. I think Houston could beat the Chiefs. That would not surprise me.
Yeah.
I think they really thought they had the Chiefs number.
Yeah.
And my big hot take that I was wrong about, because the Chiefs won too many damn games, was that the Broncos were going to beat the Chiefs in consecutive weeks, that they would have beat them on the last week of the season, and the Chiefs would have been the number 2 seed, and the Broncos would have beat them again the next week. That was I saw that like a month ago. I was like, ooh, that'd be pretty cool if this happened.
I actually thought that when the field goal got blocked. I was like, you know what? If you're going to lose one, I'd rather lose it in the regular season than in the playoffs. And I was like, it just feels like the cards are lining up that this is going to be a game. But
by the way, it's a nice pickup by you, because that is pretty cocky to say, hey, the Bills, tough game, but those guys that won 3 out of 4, we got their number.
Although that's not like a secret. Everybody this year has talked about the Chiefs. Despite their record, they are not as good of a team. Now, I'm never going to really bet against them in the playoffs. We've seen what they've been able to do. Patrick Mahomes, he's a freak. Also, did you see now they have bronze, golden, and silver are the names of their kids?
What?
Yeah, dead serious.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm like 99.5% sure. I want to make sure I'm not.
I know they had a third. They're having a third kid. Their kids' names are bronze, gold, and silver. Wait, in what order?
Golden's the new one, I think. Hold on, let me see.
Golden's the new one?
Patrick Mahomes.
They named the third kid Gold?
Golden.
What? Okay. They named their third kid Gold.
It's Golden Ray Mahomes.
Who's the oldest one?
Hey, oh my goodness.
Well, I'm just saying you're ranking your kids. If you're naming your kids gold, silver, bronze, I mean 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I lied. It's Sterling for silver.
That's still silver.
Sterling Sky Mahomes, and then it's Patrick Bronze Levon Mahomes III.
Oh, wow.
Golden,
so wait a second.
Sterling Bronze.
So Patrick Mahomes' middle name is Bronze?
I don't know.
Well, no, if you're the third, see, that's the difference between second, third, and junior. Like, if you're the second, that means your first, middle, like your name is exactly
the same.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're the third, theoretically, your name is exactly the same. That means Patrick Mahomes' middle name is Bronze.
So it'd be Patrick Bronze Levon Mahomes III. So is he the first? He's the second. One way or another, it is golden, sterling, and bronze.
Okay, whatever. You know what? Great, awesome. I don't want to have a get off my lawn moment here to wrap up. I don't want to come across like the old guy. Awesome names.
So funny. Okay.
Hey, have a fourth kid. Name him Pewter.
Oh, wait. Can we talk about this? Because he knows that I love him dearly. He does know this.
No.
And I just saw somebody with the comment the same. Be careful with the Russell Wilson slander. James Merrillat might hear you. I'm a big James fan. Everybody knows that. I do appreciate James. Him posting today.
I saw it.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, say what he posted.
Why is he starting fights? He said that these weren't drops by Bo Nix, and he did some highlights. That they were bad plays or bad throws or him under.
Oh, it's bad throws by Bo. Yeah, he hates Bo Nix. James is so. I love James too, but his defense of Russell Wilson has reached ridiculous heights that he has to trash Bo Nix to defend Russell Wilson. I mean, it's weird.
I feel like we're not even in comparison land.
No, we're not.
What are we doing?
You know what, James? I love him, though. I'll give him a big hug. But
I do love James. Trust me. I'm not sitting here trashing him at all. I'm just like, oh, that tweet. killed me a little bit inside.
He's wrong. I'm sorry, James. You're wrong about this one. You're right about a lot of stuff. You're a smart guy, but I'm on the Bo train. I believe that he's the guy for the next 10 years. I'm down with Bo Nix, the Robo-Bo, the Bobot. I think it's perfect.
I know. I feel like it's the perfect storm. Last thing we have to talk about, and this is just a pet peeve of mine. When people ask, and I'm not throwing shade at any reporters, but when people ask, like, what are you planning to do in the draft? What are you planning to do in the offseason? I'm like, they're never going to. Why are we wasting our breath on these questions?
It's a funny. You sort of gotta. I don't know. You gotta sort of. It's hard. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get. And there was a moment like when Sean Payton talked about the Joker. We got to get the Joker. We got to get this guy. I'm like, oh, all right. That's a bit of a hint about what
Did that make you think that they were going to go tight end?
I think they're specifically going to go after this guy, Tyler Warren. I think he is a Joker sort of guy. I think Cam Scattaboo is kind of a Joker sort of guy.
You love Scattaboo.
I do. Marvin Mims may be that guy. I mean, maybe, but I think it's a tight end. He mentioned like 5 tight ends when he was talking about that.
Man, now all these things are coming back to me. Sean saying it takes 3 years to like be able to actually grade a rookie. I'm like, we don't have 3 years on Troy Franklin. Okay, I can't do it. It cannot happen. 3 years of dropped passes cannot be it. Man, I feel a little sass. I don't even need the liquor. Just sign me up.
Right, just go. All right, we got to wrap it up. We got Oren Lamena coming up here with Good News Travel Fast.
Hi, buddy.
Mike, what's up, Mike?
You believe he will surpass Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Burrow, CJ Stroud in the AFC within the next 3 to 4 years?
I think he's going to win a Super Bowl in 2 years. Yeah, 2026.
Oh?
Yeah. I think the Denver Broncos, I believe, Rachel, Mike, coacher, that the Broncos are in the same trajectory as the Detroit Lions. They'll be playing in an AFC championship game in 2026, and we'll go from there. We'll see. But I believe that they'll have that high quality of a team because they'll have salary cap space, draft capital. They have the right owner, the right coach, and most importantly, the right quarterback. And I think most morons can figure out the NFL draft in the first 3 rounds. Seriously, it's not that hard.
Okay, real quick, we have to identify. Are you saying the 2026 season or in the year 2026, as in this upcoming season?
2026 season, so 27 technically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect the Bo Leaf. Mike, always a pleasure, our friend. Thanks for chilling.
Thanks, Coacher. We'll talk to you. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Rachel. You're the best. And that ends another edition of turn off. Cocktail Hour. See 2, 1. Bye.
Bye. See ya, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Bye.